Hello, welcome back to the Fish Keepers. Today we're going to be setting up this trough. It's 55 gallons, and which is the same size as this aquarium over here. All right, this one right here is 55 gallon. So it'll be the same amount of water, just much shorter than you see in here. Right, and we're going to be putting some fancy guppies in there. Right, so inside of this trough is going to be some fancy guppies and plants. We're most likely going to leave the bottom like this, but we might add some sand to plant plants in. So this is going to be a aquarium for breeding guppies and for growing plants, which will both be more for selling than for our enjoyment, like some of these aquariums are. So we'll be selling them, and yeah. So there are a few problems with this trough. One is pets, right? These dogs, this cat. So we're gonna actually have to kind of take that into account when we design this. There has to be tons of hiding spots. So if the cat even gets close to this trough, the fish go hundreds of opposite side of the aquarium, and he won't get in because he doesn't like water. So that's one thing to worry about. Second thing to worry about is filtration, and that's actually mostly done by the plants I already mentioned. So there'll be a ton of plants inside of there, probably some duckweed, maybe some java, something, or I don't know, some moss. More this will be more like your cheaper plants on the website. Will be from this container. It will be pest free because we are pretty good at that. So there'll be no unpleasant things on your plants when you order them, and we'll be able to keep with plants again hiding spots, which are very important for keeping our fish happy. So I'm going to fill this with water. We have not enough water up here, but it'll be a start. We're just going to attach a hose here and then just send it straight in. So, see how that goes. Okay, so as I'm setting up this here trough, I'm going to be telling you a bit about what I'm doing with it. So, I'm putting in equilibrium, which is going to be keeping the water, which is deionized, which means it has no ions in it, clear and safe for the use in fish. And I'm going to put in, I put in about a fourth of a cup worth of it in. All right, so here we go. It's completely filled with water. The level of water can be a bit higher. As you can see here, it could be higher, but I don't want to incentivize the cat even more, right? So, and if you guys are wondering, this is what it is. So, if you ever heard of an RO system, this is RODI, which is reverse osmosis deionized, I think is what that stands for. So that means that this in here, which is now empty, is pure water. That's just 100% H2O, no chemicals, no minerals, no iron or fluoride or chlorine like you see in many places. So, and that is great. That's not what we want though. We want it to be just the good minerals, right? So, to make it just the good minerals, we need to put back in some of them. So we take out all the very bad stuff, the stuff that we do not want our fish to have, and the good stuff. Then we put back in the good stuff, which is in this equilibrium here. Yeah. So this is completely just the minerals we want. Nothing that's gonna hurt the fish. The thing is though, just deionized water, if us as humans were to drink it, we'd even get sick from it. So we'd get sick from drinking this water, and so would the fish. So in here we put in some equilibrium, which has all the minerals that they need, but not the ones that they don't. So it makes the water perfect for fish. So this water I would be comfortable putting fish in right now. Of course, you should never do that. Next up, we gotta get filtration and heating going. And because of the placement of this, we have some pretty easy access to power. So we're just going to plug in the sponge filter and heater. Now, wait, you may be wondering, sponge filter, that's not going to be enough filtration for 55 gallons of water. And you're right, it wouldn't be. So, for example, on our other 55-gallon thing, this here aquarium, this here is a 75-gallon filter. So this could filter this huge aquarium, and it's overkill for this one. So we're just going to use one of these small. Let's see if I, yeah. So this is a sponge filter. It's just the sponges, and air goes through it. So here we have some of our baby guppies. As you can see back here, there's a sponge filter, which absorbs all their fish waste at the same time as aerating the water, but it's much cheaper than buying a full, like that filter over there is $120 something. This whole setup's nearing $200. Like, it gets very expensive, so we don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on this trough that's never going to look that good. We just want it to be just what needs for the fish to survive. Of course, sponge filters are not anywhere near as good as buying a $175 sump like this one. This is going to filter your water 10 times better than a little sponge filter ever will. But because of all the plants in there, it'll take out all the minerals. So we'll have this duckweed in there, and it will take out all the minerals. So it'll be good water for the fish. It'll take out all of their waste, fish waste, extra uneaten food. And whenever we sell plants, the CO2 they absorb and their waste goes with them to their new owner. So it sounds worse than it is. They won't be released into your aquarium or anything like that, but now they're out of the water system. So that's why we're using a sponge filter, because it's already being filtered quite a fair bit, and because it just simply does not need some $200 filter for some fish that would survive without one. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay, so that was pretty easy. So this is even a bigger sponge filter than is on everything else. So another thing that's important for your fish is oxygen. You're like, oh wait, fish don't breathe oxygen, they breathe water. Right, oxygen is H2O. There's one oxygen molecule in each one, so they have to get oxygen inside of their water. So the water has oxygen kind of like floating about in it. And it's important that our little fish friends do actually get that oxygen, because they still need the oxygen to breathe. They just need the water to help it go through their system. So oxygen is an important thing, and to get oxygen in your aquarium, you must get some flow going, right? So this guy doesn't need as much oxygen, so he gets, as you can see back there, very little flow. On the other hand though, these are guppies. Guppies need tons of water flowing, so they have, look at that. Look at how much water flow you're getting inside of that aquarium. So it differs quite a bit. Like betta fish, they do not want a lot of flow. So guppies, this is pretty good flow for guppies inside of this thing. And it generates oxygen much easier than it just sitting out here in the open. So that'll provide filtration to get their waste out of the water at the same time as also giving them some nice air to breathe. That's why that's important. Now, in our basement, it's about 68 degrees down here on average. So we have to have a heater on here because guppies prefer 74 degree water. And 68 is 6 degrees off 74. Right? To us as humans, that's not the big of a difference, but to little fish, that's a huge difference. So we're trying to warm this up to 74 degrees so we can put the fish in. And that's about everything I'm going to do. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.